Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Happy Sunday, everybody. Let's get me up on here. Hey, there am I. How we doing? We're back to it, back at it. We'll get us coffee before we get started. All right, we've got a few things to talk about today. It is definitely a very beautiful Sunday here in Negril. Super clear skies, super blue skies. Let's check that out for you. That's us right there. And yeah, vibes are nice. Everybody is just kind of chilling out on the beach, more or less, uh, enjoying the weather. I hope everybody is having a good Thanksgiving weekend. For those that are celebrating, we did our Thanksgiving live stream on Thursday, and that was interesting. If you didn't see it, which was just, I would say it was more channel updates than anything else. And we got blessed with a bit of a monsoon slash hurricane, but it was fun. I had to quickly scramble to get my gear up because the rain started coming in sideways, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad we did that Thanksgiving live stream together. Time is going by crazy. It's like I feel like December is over and it's not even here. Just kind of looking at my own personal schedule and things that I have coming up for here, the channel, some travel, two more episodes left on After Happily Ever After, of course, which is always exciting. And yeah, busy last month of 2022 coming up. But as far as today goes, we got some articles that I definitely want to go through. I got to put on my glasses for a little bit. The reflection of the sun off of the beach is like beaming in my eyes. So I'll put these on for now. Of course, please let me know where you're chiming in from, what city, what country, what state. Always appreciate to hear where everyone is at. Um, yeah, Justin, you're right. And then I also that Justin says, "Wow, looks good in the grill today." Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful today. And I also made some adjustments with the camera, and I think that's also adding to the quality of the stream today. So we're gonna move do this from now on. This is gonna be the settings. It's me by myself today. I should warn. So if it does start raining, or even like any sort of inclination that it's going to rain, I'm gonna cut the stream early because I will be the one that has to pack everything up quickly and hop inside. So just bear that in mind. I'll do another reminder as people start to slowly roll in with us here on Sunday. And yeah, let's not. I don't want to waste time as usual. I want to get right into it. Let me see if I can bring up the agenda that I have here. 1 second. All right. Yep, I'm good to go on my end. Let's get into these comments, see where everybody is chiming in from. Hey, Junior, good to see you. Justin, happy Sunday. Carla, always nice to see you. Always in here. Donna Bryce, says happy Sunday, Thropping everyone. Cool to show this view. Now we have left travelers. Wonderful stay, Donna in Ottawa. Nice to see you, Donna, as always. And of course, nice to have met you last weekend. Or is it the weekend before now? Jay Lights 4, happy Sunday from Lakeland, Florida. Actually, one of my dad's friends actually just bought her home there. Been inviting me down ever since. So we will get down to Lakeland. I hear good things over there. Chris Charles, Strong Island in the building. Gobble, gobble, he says. CC says, beautiful beach. Can't wait to get back. Awesome. Can't wait to welcome you back. Justin D, go Canada. Finally scored a goal in the World Cup. Awesome. Who are they playing? I'm not keeping up with World Cup at all. You guys are going to have to keep me up to date. Cheryl Clunis says, happy Sunday, Chris and Debbie from Pennsylvania. One love. Welcome. Nice to have you both. Lorette Price. I'm in the U.S. of A, but I'm Jamaican born and Maryland Bow. Am I saying that right? Is it Bowie or Bow? And Chris JW is chiming in from St. Croix. Wonderful. Nice to have you. All right, let's get into. You're in Croatia, Justin? Wow, you're all over. Coming back in January, CCIC. Chris says, Happy Sunday. Chris and Debbie from Pennsylvania. Cool. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get into some articles here. All right, which one did I want to do first? Okay, hold on. There was some tourism. Yeah, we got some tourism, news. Okay, we'll do this one. It's very warm today here. I have to also say. I wish I could hop in the water right now. Which one shall we do? All right, let's do this one. I think this is appropriate, especially off of DropX. We had a business of farming panel with Martin from Austrogem. I'm not going to try and say his name. He's Austrian. And he really taught us a lot about his business, and I would also say opportunities in agriculture in Jamaica. Sorry, I'm just reading a comment, of course. My bad, Justin. Canada's playing in Croatia. I thought you were in Croatia. All right, thank you for that clarification. My bad. My mind is everywhere. That would be cool if you were in Croatia, though. Thanks for that. Yeah, so Martin taught us about our enlightened us on the business of farming in Jamaica and talked about different opportunities as well as some of the challenges that the agricultural industry is facing in Jamaica. And this article that I have here, I'm going to throw it in the comments. And I will go ahead and read it. The name of it is called Jamaica's Tourism Food Supply Safe, Bartlett. Edmund Bartlett, of course, is the Minister of Tourism. And this came out on Friday, and it's in the Gleaner. And who wrote this? Let's see. Still not seeing a name. Maybe as we read through, we'll find it, but I'm not seeing a name. Anyway, it reads, Bartlett gave the assurance while addressing the launch of the Tourism Enhancement Fund TEF Agricultural Suppliers Food Safety Manual at Devon House in St. Andrew on Wednesday. The manual sets out procedures that adhere to international food safety standards and will serve as an information resource for farmers, agri-processors, and manufacturers who supply the tourism sector. It was developed in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, the Rural Agricultural Development Authority (RADA), the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association (JAMIA), tourism stakeholders, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Bartlett said that the tourism food supply chain is a critical factor in the survival, growth, and sustainability of the sector. He noted that with rising concerns related to food safety and the risk of foodborne illnesses, the enforcement of control measures at all stages of the supply chain is necessary to ensure that the final delivery of food to guests and hospitality workers in Jamaica is safe. This, he said, is especially critical as Jamaica recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic. Agricultural suppliers to the tourism sector must therefore ensure that they observe the relevant food safety guidelines to reduce the risk of food related viruses, he added. Bartlett said that the manual is expected to further build the capacity of farmers who supply the agri linkages, the exchange, Alex perform, and the manufacturers who participate in programs and events like Christmas in July, Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival, and health and wellness conferences and workshops. He said the manual should also give the wider public a greater appreciation of the importance of the tourism industry and help them recognize that it is so much more than just having travelers come to our shores to have a great time visiting attractions or relaxing on our beaches. This is good. I thought this is a good idea, a good article, like I said, and also it is a good idea because as we learned from Martin in his panel discussion, that there are a lot of challenges in the agricultural industry here. I also remember him saying that there are a lot of opportunities and that also Jamaica has the resources to supply the supply the required needs as it relates to feeding itself as a country. So it's not we're not dependent on other nations essentially to feed ourselves. However, I do think that when it comes to hospitality, especially with these larger hotels, that I don't think Jamaican farmers can keep up with that. And I've heard this from multiple hoteliers and GMs in terms of the speed in which they need food. So there is a lot of these hotels do import, especially produce, on a regular basis because Jamaica can't keep up with that supply year round. But there are also, I think, from what Martin's saying, is that there are challenges that like small farmers face, especially one thing I remember that stuck out in my mind is the contracts that small farmers set up with, say, a hotel, for example. And he was just encouraging the hoteliers in the room and who were watching and listening that that they don't necessarily always buy the cheapest, and that can't be their model, right? And it shouldn't be their model because you heavily disrupt the supply chain. And if you think about it, any business, they need to rely on and be able to project future revenue. And now, if it's so fickle that you have clients, especially with food, and we know that the lead time on some of the the produce that comes out is could be 3 months, 6 months, some even over a year. I forget what he. I think he was talking about pineapple and how long that takes. I feel like that takes like a really long time. Nonetheless, it's it's hard to if it's hard when a hotel or company that is working with a small farmer when they break a contract or they leave you so quickly just because they're selling it 50, another competitor is selling $50 less per pound or something like that. But he also wanted us to keep in mind the importance of the quality as well. And so with his business Austrojam, he's like he's not the cheapest and he's not trying to be the cheapest, but he can always get, well, I wouldn't go as far as saying guarantee, but he can deliver at the end of the day, and he delivers on the quality of his food, and he also delivers on whatever quantity that he commits himself to. And he was telling me about a recent situation where unfortunately he lost a client because of that. And it's just like they're going in, I would say, not so good of a direction in terms of where they're getting their supplies from now, their produce, and his quality is a lot higher. So it's just something to keep in mind, especially those. I know this is a topic that many people are interested in. So those who are thinking about getting into the business of farming, which I do believe is a lucrative business, very lucrative business, especially in the tourism sector. But it's important to educate your potential clients on the supply chain and also lead times as it relates to the produce coming to fruition and come like literally reaping what you sow kind of thing. And it's something that we keep in mind. I know our farmer that we've had. I mean, he's been here since I was running the hotel. I mean, when I say been here, we've been working with him since I've been was running the hotel I mean, I think we're close to a 10-year relationship with the guy that we use, Mr. Johnson, and he's a small local farmer, very reliable. We have a good relationship with him, and it's been great. And then the next aspect of it is the I would say this is another concern that Martin had is the younger generation coming up in farming and that being a challenge in terms of getting young people into farming and having them understand the importance of farming as it relates to feeding Jamaica. And it's not something that we should take for granted. And I think we should continue to have these conversations and dialogues and make it a priority that we get young people into understanding the process of where their food comes from and farming and look at it as a legitimate career, and he's somebody that saw that. Martin, that is somebody that saw that, and he's doing quite well for himself. And so even here at Travelers, we have a nonprofit organization, the Negril Education Environment Trust, and we part of our program, especially particularly the environmental part of it, is that we have a I guess you would call it a farm program essentially. So we make it when we work with RADA, which I just read the acronym and I can't remember, but there. Let me see if I could say exactly what that is. RADA, the Rural Agricultural Development Authority. Basically, they oversee all of the farming in Jamaica, in a sense, and we work with them, and they are part of our program, and they come in when we have our class. So every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. we have our neat tablet classes, and part of the curriculum is teaching them about farming. And then across the street from Travelers, we have our neat farm, Integral Education Environment Trust Farm, and during the 8-week course, on one of those days is dedicated to them planting a fruit tree, and we put their name on it, and they come over, and then they dig it, they plant it, they water it, and that gets their tree, and that becomes their tree for forever. That's theirs. And even now those trees are bearing fruit, and it's all different types of trees. Some are coconuts, some are bananas. We did bananas, coconuts. Um, I can't remember. And then some little fruit trees that we had. And then we've been doing this for, I want to say, about 2 years at least at this point in time. And the idea behind it is just we want to just, no pun intended, is like plant a seed in their head about learning about farming, learning about where their food comes from, and having an understanding of the supply chain. And it's also, and the hope is that they continue to do this and they make this a part of their lifestyle. So wherever they are in life, or wherever they move to, or whatever, like in Jamaica that is, and whatever they plan on doing, even if they have a little garden, a little plot, they can always plant something there. So my dad does it at his house as well. I don't have a garden where I live. I live in an apartment, so I don't have the opportunity. But if I did, I definitely would. So anyway, that's the idea behind teaching the children at a young age the importance of farming and the importance of agriculture, and not just learning it in a textbook, but actually going out there physically and doing it themselves and having this tangible experience that hopefully lives on with them. And at some point in their life, they'll think back, hey, when I was 10 years old at Neat, I remember planting an ackee tree, and I'm bearing the fruits from it now. And so they can go and do that. Or maybe even they think about being farmers themselves. Who knows? Who knows what we can plant inside their heads. All right, let's get over to the comments, and then we can hop over to the next article. Deborah Cohen chiming in from across the pond, UK. Deborah says probably they need to do workshops to explain their expectations. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I know Rada does workshops within the farming community. I know a lot of it is about education. I know they do that. I'm not. I just heard about these things. I don't know about any specifically. So I know they do some, but I don't know about how often, when, and where, that sort of thing. But with this particular article, I would assume and hope they would be doing some educating on this. Apparently, the Croatia scored 2-1. Hello, Shayna. Justin says Canada's goalie sucks. And no farmers, no food. That's right. That's exactly right, Justin. All right. Um, all right. Let's get into some. All right. Let's stick with tourism. Let's stick with tourism. Okay. Next article we got Jamaicans. This is from the Observer. This came out yesterday, Saturday, November 26, 2022. Jamaicans encouraged to tap into lucrative health wellness market. I threw it in the comments. And this was written by Horace Hines, Observer staff reporter. And it reads, Montego Bay St. James, chairman of the Health and Wellness Linkages Network, Kyle Mays, has made a plea for Jamaican business interests to make use of the opportunities to get a slice of the $1 trillion U.S. global health and wellness market. Jamaica, he said, has such amazing resources to provide these experiences. We can position ourselves to ensure that we are developing our products, our facilities, our therapists, our manufacturers, our growers, and just being innovative in finding what new products or new services or experiences, such things such as nature walks. There are some new trends like forest bathing and so on. Jamaica has such amazing resources to provide these experiences. Mays told the Jamaica Observer after his remarks at the opening ceremony of the fourth staging of the Jamaica Health and Wellness Tourism Conference at Montego Bay Convention Center on Thursday. At the same time, President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Robin Russell, argued that with its natural resources, Jamaica needs to capitalize on low-hanging fruits in the health and wellness tourism sector. There is a tremendous potential for us in the manufacture of products using our indigenous plants, oil, soaps, body scrubs, fragrances, drugs. The world is embracing the natural and we can deliver, Russell opined. He argued that the demand for health and wellness tourism is driven to some extent by high costs in the first world countries, and the persons in the USA, Canada, and Europe often look beyond their home country for high quality, certified services in healthy climate. Jamaica is that place, Russell stated. A lot of work has been done to sensitize Jamaicans to the potential of the wellness market, not just for the tourist, but for our own residents. We already have quite a number of Jamaican properties tapping into this niche and loyal local customers who routinely patronize their spas, beauty salons, and other wellness facilities. The next step is to further establish our brand as a wellness destination, leveraging the natural resources, medical services, fitness programs, and resort amenities. One of the highlights of day one of the 2-day conference was the Health and Wellness Linkages Network launch of a Beaches, Parks, and Trails guidebook. There is a comprehensive collection of all the different off the beaten path parks you know. We have such beautiful gardens just because of our natural flora and fauna. We have some of the most incredible trails up in the Cockpit Country, Blue Mountains, John Crow Mountains. Of course, we're known for our beaches, but there are many off the beaten path fishermen beaches, for example, that we want to expose to our visitors, and not only visitors, this is our product. This is a guide for us Jamaicans as well, because it's important that we get outdoors, the Health and Wellness Linkages Network chairman told the Observer. During COVID, that was really the only exercise we could get. it is going for a walk in a park or going outside and walking on a trail or playing golf, for example. So that has not changed. That's what lifestyles have evolved in people's minds. So that's why we feel that this feature is going to be a huge plus for our health and wellness landscape in Jamaica. Mays was also enthusiastic over the adding of trade fair to this year's conference, a feature he insists will be maintained going forward. A big difference this year, which we're all very excited about, is the inclusion of a trade show. So we've invited our suppliers, our manufacturers, our technicians, our entity spas, services, and all of these aspects of our offering here in Jamaica to a trade show where they can tell about their products, and we will really just help them expose and bring attention to them, certainly to the local market, but more importantly to the international travel market. And we have had a really great turnout, and that I think is going to grow from strength to strength and be a main feature of our conference moving forward, May said. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett, who declared the conference open, said health and wellness was the third area of consumption across the world. He added that the demand for health and wellness services will increase even more over the next 18 months when the room count for the destinations is expected to increase by 5,000. Very cool. So this is like so health and wellness is it's becoming huge in Jamaica. It's becoming huge around the world, I would say, and I think people are starting to see that here in Jamaica, and I'm also seeing, and it's like such a wide spectrum, right? Health and wellness. That's like it encompasses a lot, and even with us, we're starting to see more requests for, I would say, health and mindfulness retreats. So everything from yoga and to even just focusing on eating and nutrition. And that is not just here at Travelers. I know a lot of other hotels. I know there are groups and leaders of groups that are to looking for very, I wouldn't say secluded, but in a sense secluded, insulated properties that can really just get people away from, lack of a better term, the madness of the outside world, and focus on inner strength, mindfulness, and eating healthy. And that's one thing that Jamaica does have that I sometimes forget is like we have good tasty food for sure, but then also we have great natural organic food that I think we take for granted here just living on the island. And it's not until like people come here to visit and they just remind me that's like, man, the food that you have here is amazing. We're not getting it out of cans, and we're not having any preservatives or anything like that. And that's every day. That's every day if you live here. That's every day what you eat. Of course, we still, I'm not saying that Jamaicans, I should say, have the best best rated health profile. Like, yeah, we definitely do love our fried chicken, specifically like KFC. Like, love our KFC. We talked about this before, uh, but we do have those bad American habits for sure, and we've very much been influenced by American culture and the average American diet as well. But when you look at like naturally our indigenous foods and the availability of those foods, it is just part of life here, just part of life and part of what you can get. It's not hard to find. You're not like searching up and down. You don't have to go to a Whole Foods to get this kind of food. I'm just thinking about my own neighborhood. Like, I'm not going to get the healthiest food from my corner store in Brooklyn, but I can literally walk across the street and get a fresh coconut, or wait for the guy on the beach to come walking down with some fresh fruits, bananas, mangoes, whatever have you. And like, that's literally just an arm length away. Same thing if you go to a grocery store here. There's a market downtown. There's multiple little shops as you go along the boulevard that have all these fresh produce and fresh foods available that, again, does not have any of these preservatives. And I think people are starting to. I mean, we knew this already, of course, but I think it's just becoming more and more common knowledge. And even if you do a retreat here, if say you're doing a yoga retreat, it's like inherent that you're going to eat healthy here. You don't have to try. It's inherent that you're going to eat organic food here. You don't even have to try, and it's just part of the culture in many many ways. And I think that as people, as a society globally, we become more health conscious and also focused on what we put inside our bodies and focus on not only the longevity of life, but also the quality of our life. These things become more of a priority. And then you add in the element of mindfulness and having a healthy mental state. And in many ways, Jamaica does that in a fantastic way. And we do have, especially when you do these retreats that are off the beaten path. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think Negril is great for your mental health. I mean, like, look at what we're looking at here, right? And juxtapose this. And when I say this, I mean waking up to this every single day to, and I'll just talk about my own hometown in New York, in Brooklyn, and hearing the noise of traffic, ambulances going by, police sirens, people just always having an attitude and that New York attitude. And then you wake up to this, every day. Like your mind is going to be completely different. How you wake up in the morning, how you approach and how you attack your day is going to be completely different. And that has, again, an inherent effect. And I'm speaking from the perspective of going on, say, a retreat, a health and wellness retreat to Jamaica. Now, you can go even deeper in my mind on this and say you do a retreat, say in Port Antonio, like somewhere up in the mountains. My goodness, like, and you're just completely surrounded by nature and you're really away from it all. And I think the mountain regions, the article talked about doing hikes in the cockpit country. I did one, I think maybe about 2 years ago now. We went to, man, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was in the cockpit country with a local tour group. And it was amazing. We were just like deep in nature. We went down into these waterfalls. I did a YouTube video on it. Just like absolutely stunning. A lot of freaking mosquitoes, though. A lot of mosquitoes. But I will come prepared next time. But even with all the mosquitoes, like, it was an amazing trip. It is an amazing experience. And that's right here in Jamaica. It was an adventure for sure. But just imagine again staying in those mountains and being in nature and going to sleep with the frogs chirping at night and then waking up to birds to the sunrise. And it's something like I definitely don't take for granted, and I appreciate more and more as I'm down here, and especially when I go back to New York. As much as I do miss New York for sure, there are many elements of New York that I do miss, and I do enjoy it. But nonetheless, I can't complain about the lifestyle that I have here, and again, just being able to wake up to this every day. It's like such a blessing, and I think people are starting to open up their minds to that. And I think Jamaica is a great place for these wellness retreats. I think Negril is a great place for these wellness retreats as well. Let's hop over to the comments real quick and we can get back into it. All right. Chris says, click that like. Yeah, that would be appreciated. Hey, Synthwave Pro, good to see you. Says hello, Throp in chat. Yep, definitely check that article out. Dale Clark, good to see you. Chiming in from Virginia. Donna Bryce says, in reference to health and wellness, the Jamaican company Jacana is producing high quality cannabis products, CBD products without THC. I'm going to look that up right now. And is that, Donna, do you know if that is specific to Jamaica, for Jamaica? Oh, I see the extended comments. They say, you're saying they have tours of their organic plantation. Okay, cool. I'm looking it up now.
Jacob.
I'm gonna try and share my screen. I doubt you guys can hear the. Yeah, this is their website. You guys can check it out yourselves. But here is. Hold on. Let's see here. Share screen. This is a video. I don't
The
think you guys can
cannabis
hear this,
is nature's medicine. So
but they're. It looks official. I guess this is their facilities, and it's pretty big too. Sorry, there's no sound. I gotta figure out how to do sound on videos, but it's just like nice music.
Organic farm in the mountains of St. Anne. The result is the finest,
I wonder where they're
purest
located. I guess we can look that up in a second.
cannabis. But Chicana is more than cannabis. It's the wisdom
It's
and
like
deep
this is like
expertise
an
passed down
official
through
laboratory.
generations of ganja farmers cultivating authentic cannabis. It's the love affair between people and the plant, persevering through times of prohibition and misinformation.
And Donna, do you know if this is a Jamaican
It's the
company?
black, gold, and green, and the rhythm of the one drop. Chicana is more than cannabis.
I would assume that this is at least 50% Jamaican owned under the Cannabis Licensing Authority in terms of their requirements of businesses, licensed cannabis businesses, to be 50% owned by Jamaicans. But yeah, even their packaging looks official. Oh, I actually tried their products. Yeah, I tried their CBD cream right here on my hips. Yeah, my hips and my knee earlier this year. Pretty good. It's like what would I say? It felt like Bengay, but with CBD, right? CBD Bengay. Worked pretty good. Worked pretty good. So I actually didn't even realize that was the name of the company. So this is the exact cream that I use. Pretty cool. Thank you for that, Donna. I'm not endorsing them or anything like that, but thank you for bringing reference to this. I'll also look into this further myself. But good to know that this is in Jamaica. All right, let's bring that down. Okay, and we're back. Donna Bryce says several upscale retail outlets in Jamaica looking to get into international market. Yes, it's Jamaican. Try their no THC products. Excellent results. Yeah, I guess I can say the same thing. Like I said, I didn't realize I was using their products. Thank you again for that, Donna. All right, let's keep rolling here. Channel of Coaching says friendly reminder to hit the like button. Yes, would appreciate that for sure. Deborah Cohen says I agree with the health and wellness centers that I believe that would work. Not everyone is interested in pristine hotels. Some people like to see the real natural Jamaica. I think that would do excellent, excellent. That's actually one of my dad's ideas. So we have. I wanted to show it on the tour, but we didn't have time. So we have uh, then let's call it. Could it be 3 acres? Let's call it 2 acres of land in deep, deep West End, undeveloped. And my dad always said, and when I like to reference things, we're gonna pull up the good old map here. But anyway, my dad had this idea of doing a wellness a wellness facility in Deep West End, which I think would be a great idea. And I'll share this with you here. So this is the 7 Mile Beach, 5 and 2, 7, and we're just gonna go West End here. So this is Deep West End. You know, you're basically officially South Coast at this point. So you're along here, Little Bay Country Club, Little Bay West Ender End, um, and we have property here overlooking, kind of like basically right here, overlooking the ocean, undeveloped, but it's pretty far. You know, it's, I would say 20 minutes from downtown Negril, and it's not far in distance. The roads are windy, and depending on, well, actually both ways, they have a lot of potholes. But this is like the perfect example of what I was referring to earlier of being able to come to paradise, but and then not necessarily be like all the way in the cockpit country, like in the middle of nowhere. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're kind of here, Deep West End. You're still in the grill. You're 20 minutes from the beach and the tourist sector, tourist hub of Negril, but you're also away from everything. And it's just like a perfect getaway place, to create that getaway place. And I believe like Jackie's on the Reef is here, for example, and I always laud her place. Like amazing getaway place. A lot of yoga retreats are done there, and it's like going to a different world. Even though you're still in the grill, like it's one of my favorite places to hang out, recalibrate myself, and I go there before I start doing these live streams. I used to go there and spend my Sundays there. That was when I used to get my massages and just chill out there. And it's just like zen, the whole place. As soon as you walk in there, and again, you're away from everything. You're overlooking the Caribbean Sea from just such a calm and cool place that is essentially designed. And if you listen to her story, that place is completely designed for your mental health and for mindfulness. And I believe like this could be this excuse me, this part of the grill could definitely be that in many ways. I think this is a perfect place, perfect location to do wellness retreats, perfect area to do that sort of development. And I think you could do really well. And the land there is very affordable because it's so secluded in a way, but it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And I, you know, if anybody's interested in that, I know there are a lot of lots that are for sale there. From what I understand, I was talking to another hotelier, and he was telling me a lot of Canadians are buying up lands to build houses in the Deep West End, and I found that so interesting. I just heard that like last week. I don't have any evidence to this. This is just the girl Jamaica talk. But when you hear it from a reliable source that I did, I would consider this person to be a reliable source, good friend of mine. Again, another fellow hotelier. Um, I would take, so there's some merit to that, and it's just kind of good to hear these sort of investments happening here on these smaller scale but in volume, right? It just shows a lot of confidence in Jamaica and a lot of confidence in the grill. All right. So yeah, health and wellness center. Think would be amazing, and there could be there's room for more than one here. Like definitely more than one. I know there's the yoga center, which I really don't know what's happening with that, but that used to be a staple for that yoga retreats. I know Woodstock down the beach, they do a lot of yoga retreats. Arija, she does her yoga from there. I still got to go see her. I'm not sure if she's on the stream, but I've been saying that I got to go and join one of her yoga classes at some point in time. But it's the thing is, it's like they're like they're. I'm trying to think. Is there like I think Jackie's? I would say I'm just trying to think. Is there a place that does on in the grill on the beach that does like that really caters to that market? And I can't really think of one specifically, but I know of like some people rent villas, and I know of some one in Lucy. I actually a subscriber who's telling me about his property that he built, and it's up. And you never think why would you outside of Grand Palladium, like why would you stay in Lucy? And you don't think of Lucy as a tourism hub or even consider it, but he built a villa specifically for retreat type groups, and he seems to be doing well with it. So, good point, Deborah. Oh, I didn't see that you put up an article, Justin. Throw it up again. I didn't take it down. Carla Love says, water looks inviting, reminds me of childhood Sunday trips to Bluefields and the grill with packed baskets, collecting sea grapes, eye shopping in the craft market. Thanks, Rock. You're welcome. You're quite welcome. Yeah, today is a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day indeed. We got lucky today. Deborah said she went to a Rasa retreat. She said it was lovely. Awesome. Shannon Love Coaching says that is great to hear. I'm looking to expand my coaching training to include wellness. That's my goal for 2023. Awesome, awesome. And that was actually one of the pieces of feedback that we got from ThropX is to include a health and wellness aspect to it. Definitely, definitely, 100%. I think that's like so important, and it's on the forefront of everybody's mind, as I was alluding to before. With the, and I'm just thinking about like the logistics of ThropX. One second. Can you get me a Gatorade? Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. Can you get me a Gatorade? Yes, please. Thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I was just like thinking about the logistics of ThropX. Like, man, there was almost no like looking at how packed the schedule was. There was nowhere to fit in like a health and wellness. Especially with, I thought the Sunday, the last day was the last full day was so important to do the tour of Negril. But I'm like, we're thinking about doing like health and wellness or adding a day. And another suggestion was to do like some sort of night outing and maybe even some sort of excursion, which I think would be great. The only thing is like, where are we going to find the time? So I'm just thinking like we're going to have to add a day to ThropX. And as we move into next year, I would say we will probably go into it this year. Like I'm going to definitely canvass your opinions and see what you think about making it, adding another day, and maybe even making this a 4 to 5 day retreat. I'm using retreat. 4 to 5 day conference. But we'll see. We'll see what everybody's appetite is. But it's going to be hard to cram in everything, and it's going to be hard to cram in everything. But we'll definitely try. But I think you're on the right track, Shayna. 100% on the right track in terms of your idea of including health and wellness into your training. I don't think you can go wrong with that. Jay Lights for says fresh foods help generate fresh ideas. I agree. Mark McCarthy says greetings and good day to one and all. Good to see you, Mark. Copeland Russell says Bahamas asking Jamaica to supply them with food. Oh, I didn't know that. That's the first I'm hearing that. Mark McCarthy says good vibes, a good sunshine, and fresh air is a blessing indeed. I agree 100%. Yes, yes, it is. It is indeed. Hutchinson Johnson, Drop, you are right about Jamaica food. My place in Albany, New York now. Jamaica take for granted. Cold and dark here now. Oh no, sorry to hear that. Sorry, got to grab a swig of Gatorade real quick. Yep, I lived in Albany for 4 years. I know how that goes. Mark McCarthy says, together we can reach the higher highs. I am happy. We are 50% owners. Thanks, Donna. Awesome. Max and relaxing. Afternoon and blessed Sunday. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Hutchison Johnson says, Swap Jamaica is happiness that the mind needs. I agree. Shana Love Coaching said, yes, I was thinking about that recently to include health and wellness in the future. Throp X, specifically mental health and self-care as entrepreneur slash business owner. I sent an email about a week ago after Throp X experience. Awesome. Oh, I'm not sure if I saw that, but I will check that out, Shana. Mark McCarthy says, thanks for the info on the Deep West End. Looking forward to do some land sightings in the area. Please let me know, Mark. I'd be more than happy to help in any way that I can. Yeah, I think the West End is a perfect place for a health and wellness retreat facility. I mean, and if you look, and if I bring up the map here, like the view is like amazing. You're looking into that. Oh, you get the best sunsets there, 100% the best sunsets there, and you're looking right into the sea. I can't do it justice by describing it here. Not even close. But, all right, let's move on to the next article. Main greeting from ATL, everyone missing J.A. Negril, greeting to you as well. All right, let's see what we got up next. All right, I think we're gonna. There's one more article that I had in tourism. Okay, yeah. All right, this is the last tourism article, and then we'll move on. Just watching the clouds here. Wind is picking up a little bit. Being careful. All right, throwing this article in the chat. And the name of the article is Tourism Officials Predict Top Quality Winter Tourism Season, written by Rochelle Clayton. And this is in the Observer. It came out today at 12:24 a.m. And it reads, Montego Bay St. James, the tune being hummed by one key tourism-related organization, as well as business interests, is that this North Caribbean island stands to benefit greatly from the 2022-2023 winter tourist season, which officially begins December 15th. Relishing in the successful rebound of Jamaica's tourism sector despite challenges faced amid the novel coronavirus pandemic, President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Robin Russell, has said that stakeholders should expect a very good winter tourist season. Speaking to the Jamaica Observer on Friday, Russell noted that forward bookings for this winter season are showing that Destination Jamaica is still a top choice for vacationers. The JHTA president said that Jamaica is currently racking up a record number of visitors as it continues to rebound stronger than ever. He further told the Sunday Observer that Destination Jamaica is moving closer to repeating its 2019 tourism season during the approximately 4.3 million visitors journeyed to the island. This, during which this was 2019, this comprised of 2.7 million stopover arrivals and 1.6 million passengers whose combined spending contributed to the destination which earned 3.64 billion US dollars. Earlier this year, it was projected that the island would see the number of visitors and earnings by the third quarter of 2023. We're about where we were in 2019, and our forward bookings are looking very good. So I can see us having a very good winter tourist season, said Russell. According to the JCA president, the current forward bookings indicate that a lot of the island's hotels will see approximately 90% occupancy during this season. This will merely be a continuation of the summer period and an uptick for our other properties which experienced a slow start, Russell pointed out. I would say that most properties enjoyed a very good summer. Our August through October was above average for most properties. So where most properties would be running 30 to 40% during our slow period, a lot of properties were running between 60 and 70%, he explained. We also continued. We know that some properties in Negril were struggling, but the Jamaica Tourist Board did some work, and I just got a report that Negril properties are running 70% occupancy. They started to pick up, and from all indications, they are going to have a pretty good winter season, tourist season. Joining in on the JCA president's projections for the winter tourist season was the managing manager of Ocheria's Hermosa Cove, Clint Elson, who told the Sunday Observer that the villa is set to benefit from an influx of visitors. We are about 90% ready. The bookings are for the upcoming winter season are coming in, so we are optimistic and are expecting a great season, Elson said. As for December 14th, Elson shared Hermosa Cove will be at approximately 54% occupancy, but he quickly pointed out that the villa's occupancy level will increase to 84% a week later. Over the Christmas period, we will still be at about 80% occupancy, Elson said, noting that Hermosa Cove has a mandatory stay of no less than 5 nights during the winter tourist season due to the demand for rooms. Similarly, in the tourism hub of Negril, the owner of Ocean View Spa, I'm trying to think, is that on the west end, maybe? I'm not sure what property that. Ocean View Spa, Claudette Nicholson, is patiently waiting for the winter season. Nicholson told the Sunday Observer that the season brings a lot of repeat customers to her Norman Manley Boulevard Seaside Spa. The winter tourist season is one of the busiest seasons for us. With the current rank on TripAdvisor.com as the number one spot to visit in Negril, Nicholson said travelers from across the world were making contact to book her upcoming massage sessions. Gotta look that one up. I'm not sure which property that is. Pretty cool. I am looking for a lot of repeaters during this winter tourist season, she said. Director for stays at Temple X's Music Mansion, Chevelle is also optimistic about the upcoming season. Though a newcomer in the tourism sector, the luxury villa and art gallery is prepared to rack up its accommodations come next month. We are adequately prepared and very excited due to being new. We have learned a lot of lessons along the way, and we have done a lot to fix the minor errors we made in the past. We have done a lot of staff training, and we've worked with government agencies on compliance, so we're very excited and prepared, Suarez told the Sunday Observer, pointing out that the villa officially became an attraction during the height of the pandemic. Suarez said the Music Mansion had an exceptional summer season, which she believes she has set the tone for the winter tourist season. It was our pilot season, but we had a lot going on. We had bartenders retreat from which cocktail program was developed. Has prepared us a lot for the upcoming season, and it has taught us a lot about the direction that we plan to go, especially with our tours. Our reviews will also show that some really strong relationships were built with our visitors. Some have even returned, and others have sent guests here, as far as explained. Early November, senior advisor and strategist for the Ministry of Tourism, Delano Sebright, shared that 3 major UK airlines, TUI, British Airways, and Virgin Atlantic, will operate a combined total of at least 18 flights per week with Jamaica over the winter months. That's excellent to hear. The ramp up will commence this month and run straight through the winter season. Tourist season, TUI will have at least 8 nonstop flights per week into Montego Bay from UK cities. Virgin Atlantic will run a daily service into Montego Bay from London Heathrow. British Airways will continue to serve Kingston nonstop, Sebright said then. Sebright also further underscored that Jamaica has been seeing a sustained surge of visitors from the UK, all set to beat arrival and earnings records, with overall holidays in Jamaica selling at 25 to 40% more than 2019. 2019, Jamaica welcomed 225,000 UK visitors. Those numbers dipped significantly in 2020 and 21 due to the pandemic that ravaged global travel. 2022, despite challenges at the beginning of the year due to the Omicron variant and the novel coronavirus, Jamaica is still on track to surpass the record-breaking 2019 numbers. If projections hold, the island we should welcome over 225,000 UK visitors. That was a long one. Okay. All right, that was no. This is good. This is all great news. All great news. Even though we were discussing more than tourism here, this is in many ways the lifeblood of Jamaica and Jamaica's economy. So like just seeing like the background music is coming through loud. Okay, thanks, Justin. Sorry about that. Let me turn it down a little bit. All right, I'll speak a little bit more into the mic. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Um, I will I will say like when I see articles like this, like it's just really really promising for just the economy in general, in terms of the optimism that everybody's seeing. And as our article rightfully said, the numbers for 2019 were amazing. Unlike we've ever seen before. And to see tourism in many ways like it's going to break those records in big ways. It's like really 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 amazing. And you see, and like in my mind I'm like, this is why like these huge hotel multinational groups are coming to Jamaica, because they see and they understand the just just how awesome Jamaica is in many ways, and they see just how much they can capitalize on investing here. And I know from our perspective here, travelers, yeah, our winter's looking pretty good. Our winter is looking very very good for sure. And continue to keep our fingers crossed. Other hoteliers that I spoke with, they seem to be um, doing well as well. That's kind of the article was saying that some hotels in the grill were doing that. It's kind of saying like we're an exception. I don't know. That's the first I hear. Like everybody that I talk to about their summer, everybody's like it's been great. Even the September and October, they were saying that it's been pretty amazing. And unlike these are not, like the article said, we're used to October being 30%, 40%, and we were well over 50% for September and October, and that's not something that we're used to here. And I was talking to another hotelier. It's almost like, what would I say? It's almost like there was no off season in many ways. It's almost like there was no off season, which is kind of crazy to think, and that we're just kind of rolling. And usually, you almost have a little bit of time to catch your breath as a hotelier, especially in like October, and do a little refurbishing, getting ready for the uptick of the winter season. And we had no time to do that, and we've just kind of been rolling through with our upgrades that we've been doing, and we're going to continue to do that. We obviously want to stay competitive, and we obviously want to continue to make sure that our guests are comfortable and enjoying their stay, and that's like really really important to us. So good to good to read this stuff. Let me hop into the comments real quick. Stanley Franklin says, Throp, how is it we have never seen a large number of persons on the beach? Um, where technically, as much as I'm saying, like we've been running a high occupancy. I mean, technically, we're still in the off season, and I will say, not even though we're speaking in generalities, it's not like every hotel is full and every little guest house is full or anything like that. And so it's not, and Negril is like never a place where you like, even during, I would say the most you'd see like hordes of people would probably be New Year's Eve. But Negril is not a place where you just see like large amounts of people. Like you're not gonna like, it's not a Miami. Like even during like the height of the season, that would be the exception. I would say the week between Christmas and New Year's, it is like it's jam packed here, and like jam packed is relative. It's very very relative, but this is kind of it. We're running. I believe we're fully booked, and you see like the beach isn't super crowded. We're running. If we're not fully booked, we're over 90% for sure. And you see like our beach. If I could turn the camera this way, I would. But there are people out here chilling. But we have a pool. There's other people going out for lunch, doing different things. So there's a number of reasons. But Again, Negril is not traditionally a beach just like jam packed like a Miami. Um, Justin says people like to sit on the beach rather than go in the water. I'm the opposite. I spend most of my time in the water. That too. That too. We would just at pretty much peak sun, I would say, for the day, so that could be contributing to it as well. So a number of different reasons. Sima on the move. Good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right. All right. Let's move out of tourism. CV says best time to visit Jamaica past hurricane season and right before Christmas rush. Probably, yeah. That's like pretty much right now. It's a nice little sweet spot. Nice little sweet spot right now this time. Shane, I love coaching says I like the intimacy vibe of not having a lot of people spread out throughout the beach. Yeah, that's Negril. That's Negril. I was talking to a friend of mine who's here. We met because he started coming to Travelers, started coming to Jamaica. I mean, we've probably been friends for like 8 9 years, and I was just telling him about like all these new developments coming on board and the different uh, building new building ordinances and stuff like that. And he was just like, man, he doesn't want this to turn this into a Miami, um, and doesn't want this to turn into a place with like skyscrapers or anything like that. I mean, I don't think Negril would ever turn into skyscrapers. Fingers crossed, but anything is possible. What they're saying is that they just love the low density, and like Shane is saying, they love having it spread out and not being so close to different people, to strangers and things like that. And you kind of have your own space, you kind of have your own lane, so to speak, and that's what makes the grill special, you know. But who knows? The building ordinances continue to change. As we stated before in this podcast, the difference between the ordinance in Hanover and Westmoreland is quite stark. You know, you can have heard of applications of buildings in Hanover going up to 9 stories, I believe. And then here in Westmoreland, we're looking to match those building ordinances because as Negril spans across the two parishes, you have one part of the town that can only go so high, and another part of the town that could go sky's the limit in a sense. Deborah Cohen says, "Can you please put the link to your hotel in the chat?" For sure, I could do that. They're right there. And if you do decide to book, I always encourage people to book directly. You're gonna get the cheaper rate, cheapest rate, and it's always better to book directly with the hotel. It just helps us out. There's no middleman, right? Mark McCarthy says Travelers is more seclusive and inclusive. Also, remember there's a nice pool setting on site. That's right. There might be some people by the pool as well. PT says, how are the waves on that side of the island? Haven't surfed on that side of the island. They're waves. They're This is kind of choppy right now. Put it that way. There's no waves. There are no waves here, unless we get like some sort of system moving through the area. You know, we may get big waves, but you can't predict that. The grill is not known for its surfing. It's more known for paddleboarding. That just goes to show you how calm things are here. I would say 90% of the year. If you do want to surf, that's definitely on the other side of the island. I brought this place up before called Jamnesia, and look it up real quick. But it's So it's like a surf and skateboard camp. I've never been there, but I hear great things. We'll throw it in the chat real quick. This is their website, but yeah, you can see they got some waves. This is what we would get like during a storm. But you can learn to surf there, and then they have the skate park. I used to skate back in the day. I'm trying to see if they have. Yeah, their Instagram is pretty cool. Let's get some pictures up here. Yeah, this is their Instagram. But yeah, those are the kind of waves you can get. That's a good example, right? Um, I've only been surfing once, and that was in, I think it was Boston Beach. It was in Port Antonio. But as you can see, it's pretty beautiful out there. Look at that kid go. But yeah, you get the idea. At some point, I'm gonna definitely make it out there. I'll probably just surf. I'm not gonna do the skate park. I haven't skated in forever. I'm not gonna break my neck out there. All right. Yeah, but that's your best bet for surfing. Oh, you've been there. Okay, excellent. There you go. There you go. Yeah, we don't have anything like that here. Not even on the west end. Can you get away? If you did surf on the west end, that would be super dangerous because you got the cliffs. Justin D says the plateau keeps the waters calm. Yeah, this is just a big. It's a big cove. It's a big bay. You know, that's what Negril is. Huge. Just bringing up the map so you can see. Like, look at, like, that's all this is. This is a big bay, and I think that's one of the reasons why Negril, the waters like are just so calm and so swimmable. Seam on the Move says Frenchman's Cove has some nice waves for wave jumping. Water super shallow. Yep. And then it has also like the river waters coming in into the seawater. So some parts of it is freezing. I'm sure you can relate, Tima. But it's kind of cool to get like the intermingling of the intermingling of the two different temperatures. Yeah, I'm always bringing up the maps, no matter what, any chance that I get. Yeah, but Frenchman's Cove is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's. Where are we at? All right, let's bring up the next article. Oh, I think I already stuck that in the chat already, but I'll do it again. So, moving away from tourism, reads Wholeness hands over social housing units to families in St. James. This came out Saturday, yesterday at 11:49 a.m., and this is in the Who is it written by? I don't know. Why don't they make the authors? Hmm, doesn't say. At least I can't see. All right, let's get into it. The Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Friday handed over 5 units built under the new social housing program NS, NSHP to families in several communities across St. James. Keys were presented to beneficiaries in Norwood, Salt Spring, Lottery, and Canaan. The houses comprise of three-bedroom units, a two-bedroom unit, and a one-bedroom unit. Friday's presentations marked the delivery of 119 houses under the NSHP since its establishment by Prime Minister Holness in 2018 as a component of the Housing Opportunity Production and Employment Program. Man, they love these acronyms. HOPE. The initiative aims to improve the living conditions of Jamaica's most vulnerable citizens by providing quality, affordable, and sustainable housing. All 63 members of Parliament are allowed to submit the names of 5 persons in their respective constituencies for support under the program, which translates to approximately 315 housing units per annum. Holness, in his address during the presentation ceremony in Salt Spring, emphasized the process for selecting NSHP beneficiaries is transparent. He pointed out that in addition to living in the dilapidated housing, persons must meet their criteria to be deemed eligible. Holness said consideration is given to, among other factors, persons who are unemployed with no prospect of income and those with severe health issues. What we're trying to do is to provide social housing according to the laws of Jamaica. So I want to assure Jamaica that there is no favoritism, skullduggery, or cronyism being applied to the distribution of these houses. Every dollar of this program goes into the houses and is efficiently used. It's an open program that can be scrutinized. It is a transparent process, Holness underscored. He congratulated the latest group of beneficiaries and urged them to commit to maintaining the social contract which they signed on receiving the keys to their home. Prime Minister Holness further encouraged them to protect and build on the assets they received. Beneficiary Diana Allen told JIS News that she felt great knowing that herself and her physically disabled brother now have a two-bedroom house to call home after living in the dilapidated conditions for decades. Things were never that easy, but we tried to make it better. He is blind, can't talk, and is deaf. So thanks to Mr. Andrew Holness, St. James Central Member of Parliament, Heroic Clark, and those who made it possible for him, she said. Barrington and Charmaine Brown of Lottery were equally ecstatic to move into their new home with their 2 children. We have a nice, beautiful home, and it's more spacious and better environment for our kids, said Brown. JIS News. I think that's awesome. Like really important. As I think about Negril and the what do I call them? The unstructured housing that is here, and it's just crazy. But I think the country and the leadership is moving in the right direction and making this a priority and getting people out of poverty is important because the country can't move forward without that. There's no point is like one part of the country is doing extremely well and while a whole other part of the country is living in extreme poverty. And the fact that this is like a priority of the current leadership in place is a good sign that we're hopefully not leaving anybody behind as we talk about all these great things coming to Jamaica, all these great investments coming to Jamaica. It can't be for just a small percentage of us. It has to be for the masses as well. And whether we're doing it on the scale and within the time frame that we like, of course, we can always say it can be faster, it can be more efficient, and we'd love to get everybody out of these really bad living conditions. But of course, this takes time. This takes time. I'm not, defending any timeline that anybody has or anything like that, but more so commending that this is being a priority and that work is being done. Of course, like I said, we'd love for it to happen faster. Seema on the Move says, that's great. Hopefully, more homes to come. Mark McCarthy says, respect is due. We are the country. We are with the country and its endeavors for good quality of life for the people of Jamaica. Absolutely. And this is like, that the lady and her brother that's disabled, I mean, completely life changing, completely life changing. And uh, I would presume, I don't know her from Adam, but I presume she's extremely grateful for the opportunity, and she's going to, as Mr. Holness said, have that maintain that commitment, that social commitment to her community, to the people in her life, and hopefully she can. And I'm sure this will apply to other people who get this opportunity and move into these new homes that are much more spacious. Is that they're going to pass it on, and they're going to do great things with their lives, and their children who move into them because of this opportunity that is given to them, that they are also going to do great things with their life. And I hope in 10 or 20 years from now we can hear these stories come back, and we can say, man, what an amazing investment that we've done, an amazing opportunity that we've given to these families, and we're getting a return on investment, not monetarily, but like from a societal standpoint. And these folks become professionals in whatever capacity they're looking. I'm speaking specifically to the children of these parents, and I know it's a great thing. And like Mark says, I hope we can do more. Or excuse me, Seema on the Move says, I hope we can do more. I hope more is to come, which I do believe that is the case. And I would love to see more of that happen in Negril. And, when we look downtown and we looked at some of these squatting communities, as we referred to Little Haiti before, uh, they deserve to be living better than that, and I hope we can help. And I know we can. I know we can. And I know things are coming online and coming on stream along those thought patterns. Seymour on the Move says the McCarthys from ThopX are working on an affordable development. We'd love to hear more about their work. Yeah, definitely. We'd love to hear more about that as well. All right, let's see. Is that the last article? Hold on, because we got one more. Okay. Oh yeah, one more article. This is the last one, I think. Yeah. All right, last article we got. Let me know if anybody has any questions, or if you have any questions lined up. Please let me know, or throw them in the comments. I will answer them as best as I can. Okay, here we go. This is on the JIS website. U.S. government commits $34 million to Jamaica. The United States government will be increasing its investment in Jamaica with some 34 million. Let's get the date on this. This came out the 25th of November, 2022. And it reads, the United States government will be increasing its investment in Jamaica with some 34 million US dollars committed for violence reduction, combating human trafficking, cybersecurity, energy security, and initiatives to boost the economy. Details were provided by Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs Ambassador Victoria Nuland at the U.S. Jamaica Strategic Dialogue held recently in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in downtown Kingston. Ambassador Nuland said that the State Department's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs is committed to doubling its budget for Jamaica, providing 3.5 million US dollars in annual support to jointly tackle violent crime and homicide is expected to be in effect next year. Our trafficking in persons of office has committed $7 million to helping Jamaica combat child trafficking through the Child Protection Compact Partnership, she further pointed out. The U.S. has also dedicated $3.5 million to strengthen Jamaica's cybersecurity capacity and position the country to be leader in the region while through the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, 20 million US dollars will be invested to boost the economy and drive local economic growth to ensure young Jamaicans have better opportunities. Ambassador Newland said the Jamaica US partnership will also facilitate support for climate adaptation, strengthening of energy security, and the development of clean energy projects. Meanwhile, the ambassador noted that with assistance from U.S. law enforcement, the Jamaica government successfully extradited 23 wanted criminals to the United States for serious and violent offenses, including murder, drug trafficking, abuse, and financial scams. She said the enacting law and regulations to strengthen data collection and sharing with the U.S. authorities would be better protect citizens and improve Jamaican law enforcement's ability to collect and retain fingerprints for use in criminal investigations. The strategic dialogue held since 2020 aims to advance shared interests and opportunity, in security, prosperity, and democracy in the Western Hemisphere. Really cool. So that's good to hear. You know that the U.S. government is investing in Jamaica on so many levels. I'd like to hear more about the. I think it's the $20 million. They said U.S. $20 million would be invested to boost the economy and drive local economic growth to ensure young Jamaicans have better opportunities. I'd like to know more about that. What specific programs? Let me see if I see anything in the comments. There are no comments. Yeah, I'd like to hear like what specific programs that they're doing and looking into, because that's where I always say like we need to kind of cut things off upstream. And as we know this, like I believe this at least, the as it relates to like the crime and the scamming and lack of like, and to me it all comes back to lack of opportunities, as it's saying in this article. And lack of opportunities in many ways comes from lack of education or the opportunity for education. So I hope a good portion of that 20 million goes into educational programs, after school programs, getting kids to school, getting kids to staying in school. So I will kind of keep my finger on the pulse of that and try to hear. Sorry, the sun's in my eyes. Try to find out a little bit more information on this investment coming from the U.S. government. Let's see. I think they said 3 million going into cybersecurity. You know, that's not a lot of money when it comes to cybersecurity. To be honest, that's not a lot of money at all. But I'm sure every little bit helps. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm sure we'll hear more about that as time goes on. Mark says, "Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thanks to ThropX family, we are so motivated. Amazing." Veronica Tate says, "Good afternoon, Throp and everyone. A bit late to join today. No problem. Welcome, welcome, welcome." Mark says, "At SEMA, just at the right time when Winthrop is ready. We are pumped." Awesome. Welcome, Veronica. Deborah Cohen says, "Good look. In UK, we asked the builders to help with infrastructure." Seema on the Move says, "To me, the best way to help is to provide jobs that pay at least a living wage." Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I'm hesitating and thinking now because like now it's like like even me, like I'm looking for. And when I say looking, I honestly haven't began trying that hard. Like this is the week that I'm actually going to start trying, really putting a lot of effort into finding, looking to employ some people for Throt Media. So we're gonna put out the ask in multiple newspapers and on digital platforms as well. So that's to come, but uh, it might be. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm gonna remain optimistic, and I'll keep everybody posted on my experience in finding in finding some new hires here. And I stated this on Thursday. I'm looking for two video editors, a cameraman, a camera person, doesn't have to be a man, camera person, a videographer, and also an additional administrator. So that's two, three, so four people I'm looking to hire, and hopefully starting in early January. I'm basically using September. I'm using December to try and find these folks, and then I want everybody to start in the new year, more or less. Well, they'll start before, hopefully, actually, but I would love to have everybody like fully employed, if you will, by the new year. But we're gonna start making a push for that this week. That's somebody actually already reached out to me since Thursday, as a matter of fact, that is interested. So that would be cool. That would definitely be cool if we can get somebody. But and we're paying. I think we're paying a decent rate wage, and we're paying above market and way above the average Jamaican salary as well. And this is definitely, I would say, a high skilled job, and also it's a job that definitely looking for commitment, and for people who are looking to grow both professionally and personally. And we'll have all that in the job description and everything, as we put it out next week. Hello, cuz. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Jeff Holman says, "Tell us about the Jamaica Eye. I have heard it may be coming to Negril. It's already in Negril. We have the Jamaica Eye here. So the Jamaica Eye, for everybody's information, it's basically they're trying to blanket Jamaica with security cameras and monitoring, and basically centralize it. And we have it in Negril. We have the cameras in Negril. We have the, I don't know what you want to call it, the situation room or whatever is in the police station downtown Negril, that's being monitored 24 hours, and our cameras are in key locations across I believe if the boulevard is not completely blanketed, it's close to it, and then also on the west end. But the idea is like we want it to be everywhere, and it is in many places. But Negril, we already have this. We already have that in place. How good it's working, how effective, efficient it is, I'm not sure, but I do know it's here. Deborah says, "Real talk, SEMA, though the supply chain, they have to train and employ local labor. They are monitored on this heavily." Yeah, training is going to be important. The one thing that I am worried about is like, and I talked about this on Thursday and before, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. It's like, man, you know, just getting a young person from Kingston to move out here, and I'm going to be so transparent with them. I'm like, look, Negril is boop, 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 boop. These are the type of accommodate. Like, I don't want, like, I'm not trying to and I'm not saying Negril is a bad place. I just know, like, a young person living in Kingston, say, and whatever part of Kingston it may be, they're like socially it's different. Their residence is different. We don't have many that can compare to that. So these are the things that like I'm concerned as a startup business, an entrepreneur, is like inviting like talented people, because I know the talent is here in Jamaica for many of the jobs that I want. This is like, man, I hope they're able uh, to be able to come to Negril, be here, be comfortable, and love Negril and enjoy their life. Because it's definitely not the city here. Definitely not the city here. Sima says social media ads are good too. Yes, definitely. We'll be doing that. Sima the Move says, so glad to hear that your team is growing. So excited for you and this community. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, continuing to invest. I see the light. I believe in the dream, and I think that we can really do some great things here. And with the the content strategy that I laid out on Thursday. It's only this is the strategy that I laid out in terms of the release of the podcast. This is what I can do personally by myself. Because now I am the script writer, the producer, the videographer, cinematographer, the editor, everything. The promoter, whatever. Marketing, everything. And then Candice, of course, helps me with on the admin side, which is a great relief. But there are more jobs that can be given to other people, and I know once they kind of take these responsibilities off of me, they're going to do it way better than I can by myself with having all these other responsibilities on my plate. Can the Mrs. Ming, can the administrator be entry level, a college student? Yeah, for sure, for sure. There, I love working with young people, especially young, ambitious people. And I know the young people coming up now are like really smart, gifted, and many of them are just looking for an opportunity. And hopefully, working for a young company like Thought Media is that opportunity. And we have mutually beneficial goals, right? So yeah, if you know somebody, have them email me. I'll throw my email address right there in the comments. Veronica Tate says that's good to deter all crimes, etc. Andrew Blake says, "Hey Thrap, hope everyone is good. I'm sure you will find your vacancy with a Jamaican. I hope so too. I hope so too. I think so. We have to. We have to. We absolutely have to." All right, the sun went away. All right. Channel Coaching says, "Throp, you definitely got Jamaican blood. I'm a doctor, lawyer, school teacher, janitor. LOL, hey man, from In Living Color." Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. You got to do that, right? Because even now, like, it's just good. It's just also like empowering. Of course, I'm a small business and startup. It's good to have all the skill sets that you need to produce whatever product, or in my case, content. And like even a day like today, it's me by myself. No problem. I have all this equipment from the mixer to the camera switcher, the cameras, whatever have you, mic. I can set it up all myself. I can do it all by myself. I don't need anybody. But it's great. It's great to have a team that can do all this, so I can just focus on hosting a podcast or hosting a live stream, right? But we'll get there. We'll get there. Same thing with podcasts, or even shooting a property tour. Like right now, it's just literally just me and Candice. That's it. And we definitely need the help, and we need, especially when it comes to like the production side of things, like that's so important. Like now I'm doing it, like I don't mind, and I just have to be more organized. I have to be more prepared. I have to start a little bit earlier, so especially when I'm shooting the podcast, like I did it by myself for a year, I can do it again. But when we think about like the growth and expansion of the channel, and we want to reach more people, and there are many people like yourselves that are out there that are unaware of what we're doing here, and what, ThropX, all these things and all these pieces of information that people may be looking for. But because we're not producing the content, we can't be that light, so to speak, or be the channel that gives them this information that they so desperately want and need. Hence the idea of growing the team and being able to produce more content. Mr. and Mrs. Ming, you can email me. I threw up my email address right there, throp@thropmedia.com. It's on the screen. I'll throw it in the chat again. Hey, Simone. Yeah, you can just email me. Email me. Oh, you got it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And Ramsey says JI is a camera live around town of Negril. JI is in Kingston. Yeah, that's right. It's in Kingston for sure. They definitely have tons of cameras. I've seen some of them being put on Instagram, as a matter of fact, like catching people, traffic stops, etc. So it's there. All right. Shane Love Coaching says, I'm joking. It's part of the process as solopreneur and the beginning stages. Soon you'll have a team to support you. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is how we have to do. And we'll get there. Get there eventually. Take it in stride. Can't take on too much. Can't take on too much at one time. But this is all I got. I don't know if you have you guys have anything. I know it's still Thanksgiving weekend for everybody. We've been going hour 41 minutes. I always get hungry around now, and I am getting hungry. But yeah, I'm here. If you guys want to touch on anything, I'm so for it. If not, we can leave it right there. We got the rain clouds coming in, but I think it's pretty far away, so nothing to be too worried about. Let me see what we got coming up this week. Let me bring up my calendar. So I am going to try to release a podcast this week, hopefully two, as a matter of fact. That's the goal. We're looking at Dawn Gray, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. And then we'll slowly start releasing the cut ups of Drop X. So I'm not sure which is going to go first, but we're just kind of testing it out, to be honest. Simona Moose says, anyone going to the Jam Pro conference next week? I just saw an ad for it. I don't plan on going, but it seems like it's going to be an interesting one. Oh, Anna says they are live on YouTube at Halfway and Crossroads, the Jamaica Eye. Anna's talking about. Jenna Love says, check your email when you get a chance. I sent it about 2 weeks ago after Drop X. Okay, we'll check it, Shayna. Justin, what are you doing, bro? Oh man, thank you so much, man. Super appreciate it. Just as happy Thanksgiving, Cowboys won. Keep bringing up Negril and Jamaica. Absolutely, thank you so much, dude. That means a ton to me. You definitely didn't have to do that. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you. Did not see that one coming. Congrats on the Cowboys winning. You're definitely the biggest Cowboys fan that I ever met in my life. So happy they won for you, man. Access Andrew Blake says access to the beaches in future Throp with all the potential investors coming. You got people cheering for you, Justin, and the Cowboys. Awesome. Yep. Thank you, K Natural. Thank you, Justin, again. I did not see that coming. That's awesome. Jay Allen's TV says, I take it that the 7 miles probably in the grill. There's 7 miles in Bull Bay, St. Andrew as well. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, this is Negril. This is for sure Negril. So welcome. Thank you, Mark. I will keep up the good job, good work. Thank you for that. Chris Charles says, when may I book the new bungalow? You can book them now. There is, we have 4 of them complete, and we have 4 of them complete, and we're supposed to be changing the name over fully in January, if I'm not mistaken. Like because all of them will be complete by then. So we got two more that we're working on. I'm trying to picture. I just walked past them. We're at least working on two right now, and then as soon as we get a chance, we'll get into the next two. Did you see the new bungalows while you were here, Chris? Beat the Giants. I'm not a Giants fan, thankfully. My brother is though. Shayna, stop. Thank you very much, Shayna. Thank you so much. She says I'm just following suit like Justin. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys so much. Didn't have to do that. That's very, very nice of you all. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it there. I will leave up the beach for a little bit. Everybody can chill, watch the water for a bit. Donna Bryce says saw the renovations of the bungalows. Nice. Yeah, I'm really proud of them. Super, super proud of them. They're beautiful and they feel really good. They just and then there's a lot of detail. So kudos to the designer. Kudos to my brother Wingate for orchestrating all of it with the we call them interior designer. Sorry, interior designer. They did a great job. Oh, you saw that? Justin said I saw them. Your brother showed me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, they did a great job. Simon the Move says, "Have a great week, everyone." Yeah, let's close it out. Let's close it out. Thank you all for joining. Let me bring myself up on the big screen. Thank you all for joining. Another great live stream. Really happy to be back on the beach on a regular. I will Sunday. Yeah, definitely. We'll do Sunday again. I'm gonna try to start bringing back the Thursday live streams. I love doing two live streams per week, and I'm also trying to produce another like almost a new concept for a live stream next year. So something that I'm toying with, and hopefully I can put things together. I want to start that off in the beginning of the year, and so we can get 3 live streams per week, which would be awesome. And that will be my goal. And I probably won't add any more live streams to the programming, but if once I can kind of get that rolling, I think it's good. I just want to bring a different type of value to the table here on multiple times per week, in addition to the podcast that we'll be producing as well. Let's get the few comments here. Shayna says, "We don't have to, we want to. Just we reciprocating what you give to this community, receive community." Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amanda Bryce says, "Have a great week, Throp, everyone and everyone." Stanley Franklin, bye bye. Thanks for joining. Rom Knight Jr. D. Lynch says, "Blessed love and greetings to you from the UK. More love to all my family from West and up our ocean edge, Lynch Top." Okay, thanks for joining. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to say so long and don't hold me to Thursday because I'm working on these podcasts. So I might not do the live stream on Thursday. If I do, I'll get it. I'll try to get it out, get the word out early. But more than likely, you'll just see me back here on Sunday, and you should see some podcasts this week coming out, which I'm very excited for. So thank you all for joining on this Sunday and being a part of this live stream. And like I said and promised, we will leave you with the beach views. Peace. Have a great week.